Gaming mice. They're a key part of the gaming industry, and you're probably using one right now to play your favorite game or just even browse the internet. And usually they're not that expensive. They'll go up to around $100 for the most expensive one that you probably know of. But there's been a slight change in the industry recently with hypebeast type mice. And that's where we get Final Mouse. And that's the topic of today's video. The Final Mouse mice are very overhyped in my opinion. I never really bought into them. I just thought they were cool looking. Never bought one because they're usually going for a high resale value and I could never get my hands on one originally. But I got my hands on a Starlight 12 Pegasus edition, which is their wireless white, all white and black edition kind of thing. It's their Phantom, but different color. I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird limited edition type thing, but we're reviewing it today. I got a lot of opinions about this mouse. Now, a lot of you actually might know about Final Mouse now because they're super popular, but they actually got their start with the ultralight trend where they would cut honeycomb shaped holes into the mouse shell, which actually cut weight, and it was actually really nice for a lot of pro players. And this included the Ultralight Pro Series with the Phantom design that we know today. After the Ultralight Pro Series, they moved on to the Ninja Air 58, which was 58 grams. Judging by the name, I think it was a Ninja collab. I don't know, I can confirm that later, but it was actually a big step in the right direction with light mice. And then they moved on to the Ultralight 2 Cape Town, which was made of a weird type of foam from what I remember. I remember all the hype about it. And you would put stickers like grip tape, but it was the same type of foam on top of it to build thickness, but also add weight. It made no sense to me, but it was a cool novelty and everyone adapted it because it was light and everyone wanted a light mouse at the time and still do now. So now we're here today with the Starlight 12 wireless series and the Starlight 12 Phantom and Pegasus, which is what I'm reviewing today. Final Mouse actually doesn't tell us a lot about their mice specs because I think they want to keep it secret, even though it's probably base standard parts tuned. So they did tell us that they give us a final sensor in the mouse, which I'm going to guess is probably some standard PMW 3380 or that type of sensor with some battery saving technology in it. That can go up to a 20,000 DPI or higher and has an IPS of 450 plus, which cool, but there's no software from my knowledge of it, and you only have the onboard default settings, so it goes 400, 800, all above that. That kind of sucks in my opinion, but you know, I guess that's how Final Mouse works. They also have Godspeed Wireless with their NRF 52850 technology platform, which actually isn't theirs, it's some other company's, but it actually is really good at keeping battery low, and it actually is really fast and responsive. I haven't noticed any latency or lag or any stuttering at all through my playtesting, unlike some other wireless mice that I had to move the sensor right up to my mouse pad or somewhere like super close. And this one I can keep behind my PC and it's fine. It also has a 1000 hertz polling rate, so it's 1 millisecond response time, which is also really base standard now, but it's a nice feature to see since some mice are still being released with 500 hertz stock, which you can tune up to 1000, but it's nice to have it stock at 1000. They're of course using KLGM8s because the Omicron switches that they are using in the batch are out right now apparently on their site. I'm gonna have something on screen right here, but I guess we're using KLGM8s. I can't confirm because I can't take apart the mouse and I can't see inside the mouse. I mean, I can, but I don't know what they really look like, so you know. Now for right here, we have the medium sized mouse, and that is around 47 grams. There's about a 2 gram difference between each mouse with the manufacturing process. And then for the small size mouse, it's a 42 gram weight. And again, same difference with the manufacturing process there. Now some notes, the magnesium shell isn't all the way around. On the bottom, it's a ultium plastic type thing, so the wireless signal can escape because metal doesn't allow frequencies like that to escape. So it's not all metal, which I thought it was. So the bottom isn't really durable enough to their standard, but they say not to squeeze it, but I did. Nothing happened, so we're good. Now I actually like the weight of this mouse. I thought 45, 47 grams, whatever it is, was gonna be way too light for me. I'm used to around 60, 50, or even 80 at points. And I thought that's my sweet spot with mice because if you go too light, I feel like there's nothing in my hands and it's super weird. That's something that I can't imagine, just moving my hand around and there's nothing in my hand. but it's actually really comfortable and I didn't find any problems with it. The grip on it's actually pretty nice with the holes in it, so I can grip onto it more without using grip tape on this. And the weight is super good, but if you're a person who likes to have a bit of heft, don't do this. The scroll wheel is actually surprisingly smooth, unlike some other mice I've used in the past. It's actually smooth out the box and it doesn't have like a little tick, tick, tick type thing. It's smooth. It's like when you click the button on a G502 and let it spin, but it also has more control than that. It's really nice, but there's been some issues where they're misaligned from what I've heard, but this one isn't. I don't know if that's just me or if everyone else has it fixed now. The buttons actually have a surprisingly nice click and tactile feel, especially the side buttons. The left and right click have a bit of a weird wobbliness, especially the left one, and the left one and the right one are very loud at points. So that's kind of because of the magnesium chassis, I'm guessing, but you can't do anything about that, and my mic never really picked it up. The right side of the mouse has a bit of inward flex when I squeeze it, and you hear a little clicking, and I think that's from the shell not being put together correctly at the factory, or if it's just some defect and it's a slight quality check control type thing. I don't know, it doesn't bother me much. I'm just expecting something high quality for almost $200 that it shouldn't be squeezing like that. The mouse is also back heavy, which is a bit weird when you're spinning it around or just using it. So all the weight is kind of in the back instead of balanced in all around throughout the mouse or even in the center. So if you're used to mice that are actually center heavy or all around equal, this isn't going to be good. And another con about this is that it's micro USB. In the age of where we have USB-C everything, and I usually carry a USB-C cable around with me, it's still micro USB, which isn't a big complaint according to my friends because you're sitting at your desk anyway. I still find it cool to be using the same cable for everything. And now that we have this, I was expecting it to be like that, but guess not. We're still stuck with micro USB in 2022. Now I found this mouse quite comfortable to use while playing Apex, which is my main game at the moment, and I stream it here on YouTube, so you guys can go check that out later if you want. I usually try to stream a little bit, but I'm usually making these videos. But when you do catch me live, go and stop by. Anyway, I found it very comfortable to use this mouse because it's very light, and trying to do flicks and get headshots and just overall movement in Apex felt really good with this mouse. The weight actually really helped me pick up the mouse and move it back to its original position way faster than usual. Now for other games, especially like Valorant, it's also a good choice. That's why a lot of pros are starting to use this mouse, or even other mice from Final Mouse, like the original Starlight 12s or even the Phantom. They're all basically the same except some key differences in color or some batch differences. But a lot of pros are starting to use it because of the weight only and also the name. I personally don't like the price tag on this, which is around $500 resale, but at its original cost it's $189, which again, I still feel like it's a bit high for the price, and I can't justify almost $200 for a mouse that doesn't have that great of quality control sometimes in a company that isn't great rep-wise in my eyes. They're very egotistical, but the mouse itself is actually pretty good and not as bad as I was going to expect. Now, should you go out and buy one of these used or resold brand new type thing? I personally don't think so unless you want to get it for its collector's edition, because again, this is a Pegasus. But if you want to go out and buy a Phantom, which is actually pretty well sold, I think it's around $230 resale, which isn't that bad compared to the original price, which is again $189. But I don't think you should go out and buy this. I think there's some better contenders without any holes in the shell that are great, which I have a few videos of those coming up soon, including the Katana Superlight. Don't worry, I'm getting my hands on one. I don't think you should spend around $200 or more on this mouse. It doesn't make sense to me. It's way too much to justify for that. I recommend you go out and buy like a Superlight for around $150 or even $120 on sale, because you'll probably hit your peak performance, and it's actually still a really good mouse with a software that you can check. Overall, this actually exceeded my expectations for its hype and the ego of the company. I really liked it, but I wouldn't pay as much as it's going for right now. Again, thank you to Adis for sending this out. I got more reviews on the way thanks to them, so you guys can check out my affiliate link down below. And if you guys want to watch some more videos, I recommend you go watch the review on the Quincy Pro 2 or even my Ninjutsu Origin 1X video. That mouse is actually really nice. It's an ergo wireless ultralight mouse. I really like it. It's still one of my main mice to this day. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you guys for watching.